Coming up next, the Ashigbey North Member of Parliament, Ebenezer Hwidiew, is facing the CID investigations as we speak. And we're going to give you the details of what we're learning right now because he's been accused of inciting the youth to attack the NAIMOS task force. What really happened at this Hwidiew area? Now, the full story is coming up because there's been quite a number of statements. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has also issued a statement. Emmanuel Kofi-Boa has condemned the attack on the members of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, that's the NAIMOS, during that operation at Bronikrom, near Hwidiew in the Ahafo region. Now, this is a amateur video that we got earlier. Now, it has not been disputed, it's been confirmed. In fact, it's been condemned, as we're seeing now from a number of persons. The NAIMOS team was attacked on Saturday by irate youth numbering over 500 after arresting some persons engaged in illegal mining. Now, here, what you're seeing now is the NAIMOS, one of the NAIMOS task force members who was attacked by these marauding young people. And fortunately, the Ghana Police Service personnel who were at this particular location came to his rescue, put him in the vehicle that was also vandalized by this irate youth in the area because an illegal mining operator, a Galamsey operator, had been arrested, or some Galamsey operators had been arrested by these NAIMOS people who were just doing their job, as has been prescribed for them to do, clamp down on illegal mining. This is not the first time we're seeing this happen. A couple of months ago, we also had to deal with the situation of the IGP's task force, which was set up by the IGP to clamp down on illegal mining, also being attacked by some residents of Bonteso when they went there. And we have a video of that. We'll recall that and show it to you because it reminds us of exactly what has been going on. And we'll be finding out what has emboldened these people to attack the task force members who are supposed to be the ones that's clamping down on illegal mining. They are rather at the receiving end of the anger of the people. Now, if you recall, Dr. Hwidiew as well, together with some other officials of the Ghana Police Service, personnel for that matter, were also held hostage about a little over 3 months ago when they also went in there to clamp down on people who are engaged in illegal mining. And this keeps happening. So this is not the first time we're seeing this. The Member of Parliament for that area, that's the Ashigbey North, Ebenezer Hwidiew, has issued a statement essentially denying his involvement. He's in the eye of the storm. He's also been explaining his side of the story. We're going to put that statement on the screen right now. And then really, we're getting to know as well that he's expected to meet the police CID tomorrow, as has been captured in the Ghana Police Service's statement on this particular issue. So this is it. This is what he put out earlier today, that on the 1st of November, he was en route to a funeral in Ashigbey, that's Ashigbey South, when he learned of tensions at Hwidiew linked to a military operation at a gold mining site. He contacted Honorable Collins Dauda, who is a Member of Parliament for Ashigbey South, who asked him to visit the site and engage the military on his behalf. Upon arrival, he introduced himself to the military leader and sought to de-escalate the situation as some youth were gathering at the scene. He advised all parties to move to the police station to make official statement and hand over seized items and suspects to ensure calm. At the Hwidiew police station, he worked alongside the military, police officers, NIB operatives, and other security personnel as statements were taken. He invited the Zongo chief of Hwidiew to help restore peace. The chief later transported some military officers in his vehicle. After he, Honorable Ado, left for other funerals, the Zongo chief's vehicle was attacked with its rear glass smashed. He denied inciting the youth or obstructing any security operation, emphasizing his actions were guided by the need to maintain peace and order. He expressed disappointment that the police reported did not acknowledge his efforts in calming the situation. He urged the public to disregard the false reports meant to tarnish his image. He's also reaffirmed his commitment to law, order, and the safety of his constituents. Now, we'll tell you why he's faulting the police for not capturing, as he put it in his words, his effort to try and calm the situation. Well, because the police were quite clear. He has to report to the CID tomorrow to make a statement beyond what he has put in the public. Engineer Dr. Ken Ashigbey is joining us right now on Zoom. He is the leader of the Ghana Coalition against Galamsey. He's joining us right now. Engineer, thank you for joining us here on Ghana Tonight. You've heard me read the narrative of the Member of Parliament who is in the eye of storm right now, and then also what the CID, in fact, the police statement is asking him to come and do. You have seen this video and what it captures. Clearly, the attack on this NAIMOS official. Troubling, isn't it, in the midst of all of these different narratives we are hearing. If you can unmute for me. If you can unmute for me.
Recalling the fact that we've had these mob attacks on state officials who are doing their legitimate functions. And the unfortunate thing is that in the past, the two incidents that you've mentioned, we have not seen what has happened to these people who have been involved in it. In those situations, there were video footages of the elements that are involved in it, but nothing tends to happen. And so for me, it is important that in this particular situation, we need to let everybody in Ghana know that nobody is above the state institution. And when the state is acting with the powers that we've all given to them. And it's important that the state acts with the toughness that is required to ensure that criminal elements like those that we've seen who are involved in this particular activity do not get away with it. Let's not forget so quickly that General Mahama lost his life in a situation like this. And again, in the situation in Bontresso, the police people also acted with a lot of caution because they had a lot of firepower that they could have used. In this situation as well, you have a colonel who is involved in it, and by his training and all of that, restrained his people. And so we did not have any bloodbath. We should not wait, and then the situation would then escalate. And then you have some military people who would be attacked, who might not be able to restrain themselves, and then we would have casualties. So it is important that we deal with this situation. So we've seen the statement issued by the police. I've seen a few statements or some information also put out by the team from NAIMOS. And then we've had the MP as well. And so for me, it's good that the IGP is inviting the MP. I've also seen the Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources also issue a statement and talking about the fact that, these issues will be dealt with. It is very important that we get to the bottom of this particular issue, and everybody who is involved, who can be identified, should be dealt with the full rigors of the law. All the evidence that have been gathered, everybody who's been arrested, the people who are behind that particular activity, do they have a permit? Are they working according to their permit? We need to emphasize that, ensure that all of that is done, and they ought to be punished. They ought to be punished. So it is so important. The coalition, I'm out of town, but the coalition is working on a statement. We will be issuing a statement very soon. Yeah, Fred.
And you're talking about they've been arrested and as soon as possible. We do know tomorrow all these actors, the Member of Parliament in question, is expected at the CID to also give or give a statement on account of exactly what happened. Now, it's instructive that you reference the two previous instances that I referenced. There's no record of any arrest, at least from what we do know.
Correct, yes. And you see, and that's what emboldens people like this. Because in that particular situation, there was also, I think there was, in the Bontraci issue, there was a DCU who came claiming that what they were doing was some sand winning and all of that. And, you know, we did not also see. And this is where I call on His Excellency that these people work at his behest. So when you have a DCU or an MC who is in a particular area when this thing happens, and instead of him supporting the police people who are state actors, come to support the community, and nothing happens to that MC after that incident, nobody in that community is also arrested. You have also the situation of Anabisu as well, where the police officer who is involved, who was supposed to have, you know, gotten the mob to attempt to attack Anabisu, we don't hear anything happening to all of them. This is what emboldens them. Fortunately for us, crime do not have a time bar. So it is important that we, in all of these issues, we go back and deal with the perpetrators of this, the people who are behind it. And we have video footage of all of these people. We should be able to identify them. We should not wait and let the military who would feel, you know, attacked in this and disgraced in this particular manner now want to also go back and say, you know what, these people who did wrong, let's make sure we're punishing them. And they can do that. You know, but we've seen in all the situations that whether it's the police or the military, they have been restrained. So we should not allow this thing. And you see, unfortunately, now this illegal mining has become organized crime. You go into places like South America and all of that, this is what they do. Then they mobilize mobs who are behind all of these people, and they perpetuate these kind of things. You know, and they then overrun the state actors so the president needs to ensure, working together with the Minister of Interior, with the Minister for Defense, to show the power of the state. We need to show it to these criminal elements and tell them that there's no space for them to be able to hide. And those people who are behind this should be fished out and punished as severely as possible.
And you mentioned